I'm going to show you how 7 and 8-figure companies grow so fast without working overtime. It wasn't until I understood these principles that I was able to grow my company past $1 million a year while working less and traveling around the world. In fact, 90% of people get this completely wrong and waste a bunch of time and energy and end up making less money. It's so simple. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. If you dedicate the next 10 minutes to learning this, it'll change the way you run your business forever. Most businesses try to outsource by randomly handing off tasks, thinking it'll magically free up their time. But that's exactly how you end up with headaches, miscommunication, and wasted money. The right way to delegate without chaos. Number 1, it's clarity. Clarity is everything. If your tasks are not repeatable, scalable, and documented, you're not outsourcing, you're babysitting. If your business still relies on you for every little thing, you don't have a business, you have a high-paying job. Here's what I see that top companies do. They don't just hire people, they build a system that runs without them. I call this the 3-step outsourcing framework. Step number 1, the 80-20 rule of outsourcing. Not everything should be outsourced. Focus on tasks that take up 80% of your time, but don't move the needle. For instance, admin work, appointment setting, cold calling, CRM management, data analysis, billing automation, things like that. While the 20% does move the needle. For instance, formulating partnerships, closing high-ticket deals, creating content, going to events, speaking on stages. These are things that 7 and 8-figure business owners are doing in order to truly move the needle and grow and scale their business. Step 2, systems over people. Most businesses hire first, then try to figure out the process. And let me tell you, that is backwards. You always want to start with a system and then go to the person. Hire to fill a process, not just a role. Every task should have an SOP, a clear output, accountability, what execution and success looks like, and who the best person is for this. If you want to see what an SOP for a 7-figure company looks like, comment the word SOP and I'll send it to you personally. I take this step very seriously because last year I fucked up. I overhired to the point where our payroll was over $500,000 per year. We were not doing that much revenue to compensate this. What I realized is that systems come before people. You build a good system, you don't need a lot of people. You don't build a good system, you're gonna need a lot of people. So always remember, do you have a system, a process, a step-by-step playbook for a person to come in and succeed in your company today? If not, you are responsible of building that. Does it need to be perfect? No, but you better have something. Step number 3, hire like a CEO, not an operator. Hiring based on skills alone is a mistake. You need people who fit your culture, your long-term vision, and the company core values. This is why I recommend having a multi-step interview process, because if you're just hiring people off one quick interview, you're doing it wrong. Ultimately, what you want to have happen is you hire right the first time. If you consistently have to replace people, you are doing something wrong. And this is why most businesses fail at outsourcing. Not because they hire the wrong people, but because they fail to set them up for success. Instead of assigning random tasks, give people ownership over outcomes. People who understand the bigger picture take accountability without needing constant oversight. Hiring as many people as possible is lazy work. More people equals more management. Trust me, I made that mistake. The real key is hiring fewer, highly skilled team members who actually get things done, who are purely focusing on results. And like I mentioned, I had to learn this the hard way last year. Over the course of 3 months, I hired 12 different team members, all for our back end. None of them are helping generate revenue. And at the beginning, it was okay because they were either underpaid and they were learning. But what happened when their skill finally caught up to their pay, they wanted to get paid more. They finally deserved it. However, we were not at the place where we could afford them. And also, they weren't helping generate revenue. Yes, they were helping with fulfillment. And yes, they were vital pieces to the company. However, there were too many of them. And what happened was we had too many cooks in the kitchen. So while we had a restaurant full of 30 customers, we had 45 cooks and 15 chefs. That is ridiculous. And it took me a while to realize this, hence why I'm making this video, because I want you guys to learn from my mistakes. I also had a chance to learn from 7- and 8-figure companies because they are literally our clients and some of my close friends that are running these companies that I get to talk to and pique their brain on how to build a company successfully, profitably, and you don't burn out and want to freaking die. So by now, you see the difference between outsourcing that scales and outsourcing that creates more problems. We spent over 4 years placing 1,500 A players to a lot of our clients, saving businesses millions in payrolls and inefficiencies. And the reality is, you could waste months figuring this out on your own, or plug into a system that's working consistently. This is all we do at Remote Latinos. We don't just find you a VA or some sort of virtual assistant. We match you with top-tier talent that can actually help you scale. They can come in from day one and make a difference in your company. So, if you click the link in the bio, or if you head over to remotelatinos.com, you can actually book a call to speak with our team to see exactly how it works and how we've been able to help people like Eddie Malouf, Nick Perry, Ryan Pineda, and many others. Thank you for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Os.